So, today I'm just speaking about, and hopefully I'm talking loud enough because I know some of my videos come out with, you can barely hear me. But, I just got done watching, Catwoman. That's one of my favorite movies. Um, the one with Halle Berry. The old one, too, have Catwoman in. I think that's Batman Returns, but, yeah. Catwoman, Titanic, and What's Love Got to Do with It, and some other ones, but those are probably my favorite movies. Um, I was getting emotional, teary-eyed, and more, because I'm a sucker. I'm eating some watermelon right now, but I'm a sucker for when the truths come out in the movies, and of course, a happy ending or close to a happy ending or whatever. Um, you just want the truth to come out. You don't want somebody else to go down for other people's crimes. So I like that. And like Titanic, it's just got tragedy and treachery. Um, it's like love stories and stuff like that. Pretty cool. And the funny thing is, I watched that movie. I mean, of course, I think it when it first came out, but I watched that movie with this man that I was once in love with. I watched the movie with his daughter one day. We just sat down together and we watched it. And to me, it was bonding time. She was younger, so she might not remember it or anything like that. And I thought it was pretty cool, but yeah. As always, I don't want to say that's neither here nor there, but that's just something I remember or whatever. And yeah, that wasn't why I was getting emotional during the movie, but it did. I was reminded of that, and so it was a good memory to me. It was a decent memory, but like I said, I'm a sucker for when the truth come out. Like after all the lies been told, all the shade been thrown, the one that really is behind all the madness the one or the ones needs to get exposed. And I feel like that too regarding my life. And even in the movie where she couldn't end up being with she couldn't be with him like he wanted her to. I'm sure she could find ways to be with him, or maybe you know what, it ain't too late to make another one and give them their happily ever after. But then how he was torn in the movie, of course, because this is the woman that he realized this is the woman that he cares for, but seemingly she's behind these crimes and stuff that's been going on. So, but he was still doing the legally and pretty much morally right thing by arresting her if she had been the criminal. He didn't say, well, this is the love of my life, so I can't do such and such. Then he did, ultimately help her in the end after she had been helping him pretty much the whole time and he didn't even know. It's so funny. And he is the one that came to, like, rescue her when, I guess, the cat and stuff was on the ledge and all that good stuff. But, and how she mentioned how, yeah, you first seen a crazy person out on a ledge, not a woman saving a cat. And so, it's all about perception or whatever. But, just, I'm in a good place, a good mood right now. I talked to somebody, who at least seemingly has a type of care and concern. I don't put it past nobody to just be like, I don't, what I'm saying? I'll listen, but I'm not really finna get wrapped up in that. But yeah, so I'm feeling good. Just some little minor things still trying to irritate me, or I feel like what people want to get a rise out of me. I mean, I really feel like they deliberately do. They might not. I could be wrong. But either way it go, I do feel like the enemy operates in people to have them do certain stuff so they can get a rise out of somebody that they're targeting. And that person that they're targeting, like, literally don't even, I mean, I know that you exist or whatever, but you could pretty much not exist to me. Like, you don't exist in my world and the things I'm doing, because you're not living right. You're not doing right. You're not trying to be a righteous person. Like, you are not even mistakenly not trying to do it. You're intentionally and deliberately just not. And I heard a message today that said, it speaks about the chosen one and stuff like that, and talking about the universe. I don't get wrapped up into all that, because I believe in God who created the universe. I don't believe in the universe giving something back to you or anything like that. I do believe God can cause the universe to work on your behalf. I sure do. But I just still believe that there's somebody outside of the universe that's bigger than all this, that the universe is actually inside. So, you know, let God correct me where I'm wrong. But I'm sure if God is the one correcting me, then that's what's gonna show he's bigger than the universe. So anyway, the galaxies, all that. But I heard his message, and he was just like, it's certain people that owe you an apology, and and he kept saying it like that's all you want is an apology. Baby, an apology would have been nice a long time ago, and just acknowledging what you've done. I do still want people to acknowledge, I did this person dirty, I did this person wrong, over and over and over. They didn't do nothing to me. They didn't, you know what I'm saying? But it's beyond that. Like, it's to the place of the point of no return. So it's like, baby, your little measly apology ain't worth a damn. And then I had somebody try to so-called, what they do, apologize to me in 2019. They did not mean it anyway. So you think I'm ever going to, it was a different person. So even if it came from another person that really should be apologizing, you think I'm gonna fall for that? No, because these people have similar, like, spiritual type traits with them, and familiar spirits type stuff. And they've been around the same person, the same person that have been up close and personal with me, who does know the truth about me. I remember in the movie in Catwoman, where the guy was like, I should have trusted you, I should have believed you at first, and then, by the time you finally do see the truth and start believing, then you're like, it's too late. Yeah, it's too late. I can't deal with you like that no more. You can go on living or whatever, but I can't deal with you like that. So yeah, I'm good on the apology. The apology would be nice, and yep, for you did all types of stuff in front of other people. It'd be nice in public and all that, but I can almost assure you, honey, I'm going to, okay, appreciate that, and I'm gonna keep on going on about my business, because I'm not gonna be close. I don't want to be close to somebody like that. I can still have compassion for you and feel like, dang, that person really needs help, and that will help me to desire to call on God on your behalf, and ask God to help you out of whatever situations you may get in or whatever. But people that had so many opportunities to speak to me peacefully, and not and then when you take the opportunity to speak to me, not be nasty and put no nastiness on the inside of it, in that conversation. But then you either did the nastiness, or you just didn't take the opportunity to speak to me peacefully. And you had too many opportunities to come correct. Let's just call it what it is. Yeah. Thanks, but no thanks back. No, I don't want to invite. I don't, you know what I'm saying? And this is literally people that try to invite me to certain stuff and invite me to do certain stuff. That's the type of people that want to trap you. Oh, I'm going to get this person here, and when I get them here, I'm going, I'll be able to entrap them. I'm goody. Another person did me like that. My daughter's father, where you invited me to have dealings with you and all this other stuff, and like I said, I was down, and it's pretty much a rebound relationship or whatever, so I accepted, and I was in a new environment, a new school and everything, and so I took that offer, and yeah, it was trickery, and he ended up ultimately telling me. Now ultimately he trapped himself, I guess he don't realize, but he ended up telling me, I trapped you. That's what his intentions was. Like, you supposed to do that. I don't got no. You supposed to tell somebody that ahead of time. I ain't got no good intentions for you. I got something hidden that I got. You know what I'm saying? Or let me know. Nah. I had one person that really did tell me, I got a hidden agenda. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that person. I hope that person has flourished in life and is, you know what I'm saying? Because just for the simple fact of keeping it real and giving me the opportunity and the option to say, Now, granted, they didn't tell me what it was, and I didn't stick around to find out. But yeah. But I don't want to be trapped. I don't want to, and that was another theme in the movie about being caged your whole life, and now you found freedom. So now, as a Catwoman, she was free. She had a different type of freedom than she had when she was patient. Speaking of, I'm still having patience because, yeah, people still trying me. And like I said, like I mentioned before, trying to get a rise out of me, but I just can't. I just refuse, honey. And it's like they see something in your life. They see the light over your life. They know that you can seemingly be alone and you still got some form of help. I mean, I can't forget the times when it was more people than me in a certain location, and then God will literally send somebody by, like, whether it be a stranger or a so-called loved one or family member or whatever, and I'm grateful. I didn't see it at the time, but of course, looking back, I'm like, okay, God moved on somebody to ride past here or to, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, so that's that on that. But yeah, I got emotional because I am. Who's not a sucker for a happy ending, especially when somebody had been on the losing end or, the seemingly losing end. I call it the seemingly losing end because even though I feel like there's certain stuff that I wanted to win at, I still had peace. Like, I feel like I win anyway because I have peace, regardless of what you tried to do to me and sabotage me. I still had peace in it and through it all. Even in, a jail cell, I wasn't out there with a regular population. I don't want to be there, but you know what I'm saying. I wasn't out there with a regular population where I could have been having an attitude, or some criminal could have mistaken me for, because I don't want to be bothered, or I don't want to, because I'm in a situation that I shouldn't be in, and could have got into something, even in a jail cell, a suicide watch cell, God was with me. And I mean, he still is, and I'm grateful. But I did get to vent a little bit to somebody and just let them know, what has taken place, what's been going on. And I was telling her too, either yesterday or today is my biological dad's birthday. I don't have too much to say about that, except for hey, I guess live your life or whatever. I don't even know how old he might be like 53, 54, I don't know, something like that, somewhere along the lines. But I just was glad that I got to tell somebody again. I said, so guess what? If y'all see me on the news, I mean, hopefully I don't have to respond like that, but because I done responded in the type of way, it's not because I'm crazy, baby. It's just because you done tried me so many times, and I just feel like it's you only got you got a limited amount of time to try it with somebody. But I'm not even gonna put that out there like that. I'm just trying to chill and be cool about it and just like, Lord, I know it's in your hands. I got other stuff going on anyway that I'm like trying to stay focused on. Some things that's coming up, and then just again, always my daughter as my concern. That's more important to me than whatever y'all think about me, what y'all got going on, whatever y'all plotting and planning and scheming. It's nerve wracking, but when it's a blessing and a gift when you can come in and close the door to your own residence and just tune people out. Call, you know what I'm saying? Call me a punk, call me scaredy, call me this, that, and third, whatever. I don't care. I just want to keep my peace of mind. If God give me somewhere, let's just say it was a outright blatant killer on the loose and they was looking for you, and if God give you a hiding space, I don't mean you were scared, as opposed to you coming out and fighting with that person that could probably overpower you because they already came there to do something malicious anyway, whether they're a thief or just a flat out murderer. You gotta take that hiding space. And I did get that from the pastor that I was under, where he said God will tell you when to stand and fight or when to flee. Sometimes it's just time to go. It's time to get up out of there. But yeah. So And God didn't give you a spirit of fear, but He gives you common sense that something is dangerous or something is, don't go that way. Don't go this, don't. Or if you find yourself in this place, He still give you a way of escape. So, take your way of escape. Don't try to stand there and be David to Goliath all the time. That was a one-time thing. God can do it, and He did it all throughout the Bible, but that was one-time thing for him, and then he defeated the enemy. And then God even trained him, and when he was with the lion, I think the bear and some other animal, and then he got to Goliath. So God was already preparing him and training him. And so, God knows the time. But it was just so funny, me getting emotional and teary-eyed and crying, because I haven't cried too. There's things I've been wanting to cry about, even regarding my daughter. Like, I miss my daughter so much, I'm like, I want to shed tears for that. And God was like, nope. But when I'm watching a movie, I get teary-eyed, and it's got a message to me. Halle Berry looked amazing, by the way. Both of the females in the movie, I think it's Sharon Stone. I could be wrong, but yeah, she looked good too. It was so funny to see the Catwoman. She was wearing black, and then the fighting scene with her, and I think it's Sharon Stone. Hope I'm not wrong. And she had on white or a lighter color, but the one that was seemingly in darkness, she still defeated, and pretty much effortlessly, she defeated the one that was wearing white. Because sometimes people that's wearing white, they are not. I guess it's like the Bible say that the enemy came as an angel of light, but that's not really what he is. Then somebody who's wearing something dark, they got, they're actually doing what's right. But she defeated her effortlessly. The lady had done, took a piece of glass and stabbed her in the leg, so she was wounded. So she fought this girl wounded, and she didn't use a lot of her strength, or she was just that skilled that it just didn't take much. But the other lady, you could tell she was using all of her strength. She was picking up things that was heavy. She was using all of her might, and definitely getting worn out. But ended up, and really what really killed her anyway is when she looked in the reflection and saw how her face looked after she'd been doing that. She didn't want to stay alive, so that distracted her, and she ended up falling and not reaching for, not able to get Catwoman's hand. But yeah, it was that vanity and all of that. And then she was the mastermind and setting everybody up, and it was crazy. It was something. It was just that whole thing. And I watched it because my son seen a clip of it, and he wanted me to go ahead and rent it. I rented it on YouTube. I was gonna buy it because, like I said, it's one of my favorite movies. But sometimes I done watched it so many times, and it's like, okay. But you can watch them over and over, and you get a new message, or you get a new meaning. Like today, I did get a new meaning from when I seen it in the past. Like my eyes were open more, and so that's that. But anyway, on this day, I'm feeling good, and I'm just continuously saying, Lord, empower me. Lord, I want to be empowered. I like the empowerment. I feel empowered, but empower me to do your will. I don't need to be trying to be empowered just for the sake of being empowered, and again, having a form of godliness and denying his power, because that's where the power come from. That's where the help come from. I look to the hills from whence come my help. My help come from the Lord. I ain't giving I don't care if he does use a physical person to help me. I will say thank you, but I have to say thank you to God, because he got to get the credit and the glory, because it was he's the designer, he's the creator. It was orchestrated by him. So they can think they're doing you a favor and that you owe them something, but it was orchestrated. It was designed by him. So I just leave it at that. I'm feeling good. I hope nothing, comes along to change that. I'm going to try to steer clear and make sure that I'm staying focused on what I need to, so it doesn't. And just put my energy into something else, other things that, definitely that I can control and manipulate. And that's not in a bad way. That's just, the things that I'm supposed to be dealing with. Just keep my focus on me. And not try to get into the line of fire or anything like that. But that message and it was a guy who talks about star seed and all that. And I don't know what that is. I'm not knocking nobody, but I just don't do all those new age terms or whatever. But he was just saying that person or them people are going to suffer until they apologize. They're gonna continue to suffer until they apologize. So there's some people out here that just they'll see you and they like I did run into one who did something to me and she just kept saying, why do I keep running into you? Why do I and you know you did something to this person. You just in your pride or whatever just will not let you apologize and let you admit that you was wrong or anything. I didn't say nothing. I just was like, girl, for one, I already forgive you anyway. But you still been like years later still been using my name to try to say, you did this to me, basically like you defeated me or whatever, and just want me to live a life of defeat. And so I'm just like, okay, whatever. But when I see the person I'm speaking, like I said, I'm not going to be buddy and friends and all that with you, because that person has some stuff with them that I guess, and then they took it out on somebody else that was not suspecting and that they feel was weaker. And but yeah, some people will not apologize. They will just take it to their grave, honey. Some people will try to send you something and just move it over or do something that they think is benefiting your household. And I say that because that really literally happened too. I was told this person got a package like 3 or 4 months ago, but they've sat and waited and didn't send it for 3 months. Why? If you got something for somebody, go ahead and try to give it to them. But why are you feeling like that? Why you don't want to give it to the person? There was a time when even my mom, I asked her to, my car ran out of gas, and I asked her, can you, and she's got a daycare, and I said, well, can you watch him? I was literally going to a gas station like 5 minutes away. I was like, can you watch him real quick while I go to the gas station? It was me and his dad, and she like snapped at me or whatever. I don't get offended by stuff like that. I was like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna take my own child then, it's all right. I was like, can you, while I go get some gas, can you do that? I was trying to get, it was me and the dad getting a ride, or, well, he was giving me a ride and I was going to get the gas. Now, granted, I shouldn't have ran out of gas anyway, but, I did. He gave me a ride and the gas can and stuff, and we filled up my gas tank. But my mom had snapped because she was already at the daycare. She had already been watching my child all day, but I just felt like, what's 10 more minutes on her? And she must have been ready to go home that day, whatever the case may be. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Anyway, must have been ready to go home and just didn't feel like it. And that's understandable too. When somebody tired, they tired. So she snapped. So instead of her apologizing, which again, I wasn't even offended or really expecting an apology, I just felt like, hey, that's what my mom do. She tired, she ready to go home. I'm respecting that person's time. They don't gotta keep your kid longer than the time frame expected, and that is fine with me. And she was just snappy, I guess, in her tone, and she felt it. She must have felt some type of way, so she ended up buying him a can of milk. And that's what I mean. Some people will just do something, and that's their way of apologizing or whatever, and you know what I'm saying? They'll do something instead of their pride will not let the words come out of their mouth. I don't owe that person no apology, but I'm gonna do something to try to make up for it. But sometimes it's really the simplest thing. If you just genuinely apologize, if you know you offended somebody, and then you might find out that person, oh, okay, well, I'm not tripping on that one too hard at all. It is what it is. I know you was tired and ready to go. It's a simple conversation you can have, but some people just choose not to, and I just leave them alone. But yeah, some people just will go to their grave and they will not apologize. They will, baby, they'll hug your kids and this, that, and the third, try to make that seem like it wasn't gonna cover them. But the Bible talk about, you need to, if you have an ought against your brother or your sister, you need to go to that person. Y'all need to discuss that. Y'all need to talk about that, hash it out, and make it right. If you did something to offend them, you need to go apologize and make that right. I've done that. I've had my times when it's like, and these ain't people that I consider brothers nor sisters, but they weren't necessarily my enemy, but I knew I did something that was offensive, or I was involved in something that was offensive to them. And honey, yeah, it took for me to go through some stuff for me to see, dang, I really did hurt this person. And I went through some similar stuff as what I guess partook in putting the person through. And one person was like, girl, I done already forgave you. And even with their action, they were inviting me to certain stuff, but that's why I said I'm not taking every invite. They were inviting me to stuff, so it was seeming like I was thinking, like, why is this person inviting me to their special moments and stuff like that? Um, even though I did this, but yeah, now I ain't no damn fool, so I ain't just going to your little shindigs or whatever. But you know, I apologize, and that person was like, "Oh, girl, I already forgave you." And I guess you would have, especially when you hear the stories about what me and the other person involved went through, and hopefully you did get some peace regarding that. So it was embarrassing, honey. But anyway, I'm not sitting back waiting on these people. Well, I'm not waiting moment by moment, but some part of me feel like, Lord, please just show them. Please reveal who you are on my behalf. Reveal who you are for their sake, for them to get to know you and know you better. Show up and show out. But he don't have to show up regarding me. I'm hoping he show out, but he definitely don't have to show up because he's already here. He's already invited. He's already welcome. I don't shun God. I don't push him away. I try not to turn away from him, turn my back on him. Nope, that don't mean I'm perfect, but it just means that I'm loved. And I know when I'm truly loved. So, and I guess that's why I can recognize the real love from the fake. And sometimes it takes me a minute, but sometimes I just want to believe the better stuff that I've seen about people and call it forth and, hope for that. But sometimes they just be like, no, stubborn and just, like I like to call it, stuck on stupid. I just want to be trashy. So, but that's all for right now. Somebody was knocking at my door, so let me go handle my business.